Hello and welcome to Cần Thơ News of Cần Thơ Radio and Television Station. Here are today's headlines. Secretary of Cần Thơ City Party Committee chaired a meeting with State Audit Working Delegation. A meeting to finalize the content of the 15th session, the thematic session of Cần Thơ City People's Council. A national online conference to summarize the work of ensuring traffic order and safety in the first quarter of 2024. Top news today. On April 25th morning, Mr. Nguyễn Văn Hiếu, alternate member of the Party Central Committee, Secretary of Cần Thơ City Party Committee, chaired a meeting with the working delegation led by Mr. Ngô Văn Tuấn, member of the Party Central Committee, State Auditor General. Secretary Nguyễn Văn Hiếu briefed the team on the city's significant future directions, which center on the reorganization of the economy and the strong growth of commerce, industry, services, and logistics. He also highlighted several excellent socio-economic development accomplishments, strive to make Cần Thơ deserving of becoming the hub for the Mekong Delta's growth by preserving in overcoming obstacles and constraints. State Auditor General Ngô Văn Tuấn expressed great satisfaction with the city's implementation of socio-economic aims. Simultaneously, he affirmed that the state audit will offer the city the greatest amount of assistance in order to enhance the effectiveness of utilizing and managing public funds in order to promote socio-economic developments. The meeting agreed on the content of the 15th session. The thematic session of the City People's Council took place on the afternoon of April 24. Mr. Phạm Văn Hiếu, Standing Vice Secretary of the City Party Committee and Chairman of Cần Thơ City People Council, chaired the meeting. The City People's Committee made proposals which are linked to draft resolutions that the City People's Council will consider approving at this meeting. Among the proposals is the policies to implement the organization of commune-level administrative units for the city 2023-2025 period, approving Vĩnh Thành Industrial Park's Phase 1 Local Adjustment Project, 41/2000 scale construction zoning plan, provide information from local budget sources about the medium-term public investment plan for the years 2021-2025. Phase 3 of the local budget should be used to allocate specific and supplements to the public investment capital plan for 2024, delaying implementations and payment until 2024, modifying the City People Council resolution regarding the estimation of local budget income and expenditures in 2024, as well as state budget revenue in the region, modifying the City People's Council resolution regarding the allocation of the 2024 annual budget estimate. The April regular meeting of the People's Committee of Cần Thơ City just took place on the afternoon of April 24. Chairman of Cần Thơ City People's Committee, Mr. Chương chaired the meeting. The city hosted a number of festivals in April that draw big crowds of people to come, shop, and support trade and services. Social security is given careful consideration. National defense, security, social order, and safety are preserved. Administrative reform, the fight against negativity and corruption, and security are reinforced. Assessment, however, indicate that certain localities have yet to make annual plan progress. Although export activity is beginning to rebound, market challenges still exist. In response to the aforementioned circumstances, the city has put forth a number of important initiatives, including fostering economic expansion, drawing in resources, and making efficient use of investment capital, enhancing trade promotion, stimulating consumption and boosting exports, creating new tourism goods to draw in Cần Thơ, encourage investors to actively participate in the progress so that investment policy decision for signed memoranda of understanding can be issued shortly. A preliminary conference on the city's industry and trade sector in the first quarter of 2024 took place on the morning of April 24. Vice Chairman of Cần Thơ City People's Committee, Mr. Nguyễn Ngọc Hè, came for attendance. The GRDP growth rate in the first quarter was lower than the same time and only reached 3.13%, Cần Thơ City authorities said, citing that the result of a slow economic recovery and the fact that it was not commensurate with expectations and recovery potentials. Business economic performance remains sluggish. Thus, in order for the city to find a way to eliminate obstacles or suggest to the government and ministry that they take part in resolving them, it is imperative that the bottlenecks be thoroughly and properly reviewed. On April 24 morning, the National Traffic Safety Committee organized a national online conference to summarize the work of ensuring traffic order and safety in the first quarter of 2024 and implement tasks in the second quarter of 2024. Across the nation, there were a lot of celebratory events to celebrate the new year in the first quarter of 2024, which made traffic difficult. In addition to inspecting and handling more than 1.1 million incidents of traffic safety violations, the National Traffic Police Force has temporarily impounded over 370,000 cars of all kinds, penalized more than 2,000 billion Vietnam dong, and revoked the licenses and certificates of 206,468 drivers. Compared to the same period in 2023, there have been fewer accident-related deaths in 40 provinces and cities. Minister of Transport and Standing Vice Chairman of the National Traffic Safety Committee, Mr. Nguyễn Văn Thắng, praised ministry, branches, localities, and social political groups for their dramatic and successful implementation of measures to ensure traffic safety in recent time. The People's Committee of Cần Thơ City has just issued decision number 901 on the assignment of civil servant payrolls in administrative agencies and organizations in 2024 of Cần Thơ City. In 2024, the City People's Committee assigned payrolls to 1,853 civil servants in the administrative agencies and organizations of the city. The director of the Department of Home Affairs was tasked by the city's People Committee with informing and advising District People Committee and city-level administrative agencies and organizations on how to handle and utilize the allotted number of civil servants in compliance with rules, assist the City People's Committee in monitoring and analyzing municipal administrative agencies and groups, as well as District People's Committee about the administration and utilization of civil servant payrolls. In 2023, the implementation of the National Target Program on building new rural areas in Cần Thơ City exceeded both quantity and quality. That was the result given at the summary conference held on the morning of April 25th. The National Target Program on building new rural areas focuses on enhancing the quality of life for people by restructuring production and creating an increasingly bright, green, clean, and beautiful environmental landscape, in addition to investing in the upkeep of infrastructure and cultural institutions. The response of all social strata and the active involvement of the political system have resulted in a yearly increase in the average income per capita in rural areas. Based on available data, the average annual income per person in communes that fulfill advanced new rural norms is currently more than 68 million Vietnam dong. In communes that fulfill the model new rural standards, the average annual income per person is more than 74.8 million Vietnam dong. According to the report of the chairman of National Committee on Digital Transformation, the national digital transformation work in recent times has achieved many positive results, and the digital infrastructure and digital platforms continue to be developed. The National Data Sharing Integration Platform has connected with 388 systems and databases of 95 agencies and units. On average, about 2.8 million transactions are performed every day. Approximately 14.6 million accounts and more than 46.2 million papers have been uploaded on the National Public Service Portal since the year's commencement. Additionally, there have been approximately 26.8 million online payment transactions, totaling more than 12,900 billion Vietnam dong. Every year, just the 25 vital public services included in Project 06 help to save the government and people close to 3,500 billion Vietnam dong. Coming up next is the weather forecast. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.